Okay, so today we're talking about adding value into behaviours and what that means. And by now you've probably guessed that I like a metaphor because it helps people to learn. So for now we're going to talk about a £5 note. So imagine you've never been taught anything as a child about what you can and can't do in regards to, say, this £5 note. But you know that it holds, it's money. You know that you'd quite like it. All right. So if I said to you, there's a £5 note there, do what you want. Most people are just going to go, I'll just take it then because it's going to be good for me to take it because it is worth money. And it was free choice. I said you can do what you like with it. That's absolutely fine. You can take that £5 note. No problem. Now, imagine, though, that £5 note is in the middle of a road and there's loads of cars coming. You're no longer going to want to just take that £5 note. It's no longer safe to do so. Or that £5 note might be in a man's back pocket. It's no longer okay to just take that £5 note anymore. So we are taught what is right and what's wrong, and there are boundaries. All right. So we're taught, if someone says, here's £5 for you, go and buy yourself some sweeties, or it's your birthday, here's £5. And someone said, you can take it, then that's all right. We can then take it and we go, thank you very much. But we're also taught that we can't just help ourselves to it. It's not our right to just take that money. And that's what we're taught, same with lots of things. We might want things. We might, as a child, we might want that doll or that action man or that cuddly toy in the toy shop, but we're taught you can't just take it just because you want it. And that's what we need to do with dogs, and we've kind of lost that a little bit. So we need to give our dogs boundaries, and we need to say to them sometimes, you can't do that right now. You might want to go and play with that dog, but you can't. You might want to go and play in that river, but you can't, for whatever reason. It might be that it's not safe to do so. It might be that somebody else doesn't want you to. There's going to be loads of different reasons why it's not okay for a dog to just do what it wants. Just like it's not okay to always just take the money. There are times where you can and you can't. So with a dog, though, we can't really explain that like we can to children. So what we need to do is we need to train them. So, and this is where I go into adding value into behaviours, because a dog has got quite a simple mind. Say the dog wants the £5 note. The dog's just going to want to take the £5 note, okay? So we need to give them an alternative behaviour. All right, so at the end of this, I'm going to talk about other ways that we can train. But let's talk about positive reinforcement and adding value into another behaviour. All right, so bear with me for now. So what if I said you may want that £5 note, but every time you look at that £5 note, I'm going to give you a £1 coin. You can earn that £1 coin, but you can look at the £5 note, you just can't go and take it. So you might look at the £5 note and I go, brilliant. There you go. There's another £1 coin for you. And they might look at the £5 note again. You go, brilliant. There's another £1 coin for you. And another, and another, and another. Every time that you look at that £5, but you don't go and take it. Every time you look at me instead, every time you look at that £5 note and then look at me, you're going to start earning all of these £1 coins. That is how we can start adding value into a behaviour. So, we can say every time that £5 note is there, but you look at me instead, cool, now you've earned yourself £1, £2, £3, £4, £5, £6. You've earned more than that £5 note because I'm going to give you more. And that can keep adding up and up and up, right? So now you've got a choice. You can either have that £5 note, or you cannot have the £5 note and earn however much. So now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, £9 for not taking that £5 note, but by looking at me instead. So that's how we can start to add value into another behaviour. Now, I'm literally talking pound coins. I'm talking money here, but you can swap that out for other stuff. You can swap that £5 note out for a dog. Every time you look at that dog, you get a treat, and another treat, and another treat, and another treat. And maybe you've looked at it and it was really like playful and it really wanted you, or in the £5 note sort of went, ooh, I'm going to blow around and make myself more obvious. Then you might get £2 coins for not going to it. All right. So that is what we mean by adding value to a behaviour. That's positive reinforcement, saying you do this thing and you're going to earn lots. I'm going to make this really worthwhile you doing. So now, looking at that £5 note but not going to it, looking at me instead, has earned lots more. So this behaviour now is much more valuable than that first thing that we might have wanted to do in the first place. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is they just don't put enough value into the behaviours that we want the dog to do. So, say, for example, we go back, we've had no previous thing. Our money's gone. We don't know that we can earn £9 from it, all right? Or however much we ended up earning. So we go back to there's £5 note there, but you're not allowed it, all right? I want you to look at me instead. And you go, brilliant, there you go. There's £1 for not looking at that £5 note, and off we go. The next time I come across that situation and someone says, do you want a £5 note, or do you want the alternative? And you go, well, I only earned £1 last time, so I think I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to go to the £5 note, thanks. And that's because we didn't add enough value in. But let's go back to the first person who had lots of value put in, not going to the £5 note. And sometimes they earned £2 and sometimes they just earned lots of £1. And we come across that situation again. You say, right, you can have the £5 note, or you can have the amount that you earn by not going to it and looking at me instead. This one's going to win because this one's more valuable. I've earned much more doing this behaviour than I ever did for the original thing. So don't be stingy with your treats and your reward, basically, is the bottom line I'm getting to. When we want a behaviour to happen, we have to make it valuable. We have to go, you're awesome. You're really, really cool. And that's, like I say, that's where a lot of people fail. Now, some people... and now this might get a bit confusing. Some people might do this really well. They might say, don't look at the £5 note. I'm going to give you some money for doing it. But they give it in one big go. Now, us as humans, we can sit there and go, okay, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, that's cool. That's pretty much the same. But to a dog, they just go, they don't bother counting the value. They just go, I got one lot. So something that you can do to add value into a behaviour, if you're a bit worried about your dog's weight, for example, and you go, I don't want to give my dog 10 treats. Rather than just giving them one treat, break it up. So rather than going, there you go, I've paid you for not looking at that £5 note. I've given you quite a big treat, I'm not being stingy. I'm giving you £5 worth of treat. Rather than doing that, because like I said, dogs aren't very good at sort of working that out. They just go, I just got paid once. You go, cool, you're really good. Well done. Aren't you super? And you give it out. So you break that treat up and you divide it out lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. Dogs love that. So you're giving the same amount of treats, but you're breaking it up and giving them loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. So you really, really, really add value into that behaviour. Anyway, I digressed a little bit. So that's the bottom line of, if you want your dog to do a behaviour, don't be stingy. Don't just give them the one treat. Say to them, it really, really is worthwhile. I'm just going to keep paying you out. Every time you do the behaviour I want you to do, You're going to keep earning. Don't look at that £5 note. Look at me. Core. There you go. Going to keep adding on the money. Going to keep piling it on. Going to keep piling it on until your dog is like literally like, bugger that. I don't want that anymore. I want all of this. This is worth loads to me. So that's, like I say, that's positive reinforcement, and how we can add value into a behaviour that we really, really want to happen. And so the trick is going, okay, let's forget about what I don't want to happen. Let's think about what I do want to happen, and let's add loads of value into that behaviour. And that's how we get the dogs to want to do what we want them to do. But let me just take a quick moment as we're on this subject to talk about the equivalent of positive punishment, because that's what a lot of people might do. So let's just say we know we don't want the dog to, or the human or whoever, to take this £5 note. It's not for grabs. We don't want them to take it. All right. We're going to teach them not to steal. You're not to take that £5 note. If every time I went to take that, someone, I don't know, jabbed me in the side, used something quite negative, all right? Let's just say they yanked me back. I can act that one. Yeah, they yanked me back. I look at the £5 note, they yanked me back. Oh, don't do that. Yanked me. Don't do that. Yanked me. Every time I look at that, yank. That's the equivalent of positive punishment. I'm adding something horrible to stop the behaviour. I don't want to look at, someone doesn't want me to look at this £5 note, so they yank me. I've still looked at it. They yank me. Okay, now that might work. I might start going, God, I'm going to look anywhere other than that note, because every time I look at that, I get yanked. So I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to look everywhere else. I'm not going to look at it. So that might seem to have worked. You might sit there and go, brilliant, that worked. They're no longer looking at that £5 note. But then what happens if you come across another £5 note? The likelihood is, if I have been so scared of looking at that £5 note because I don't want that horrible experience to happen, the likelihood is you put another £5 note in front of me, I'm not looking at that either. I'm too worried now to look at that because I don't want that horrible thing to happen. And then we might, I don't know, what about £10 note? I'm like, that's still quite similar to that other one, so I don't think I'm going to look at that. Even a £20 note looks exactly the same. I daren't look at it. Now, yes, I'm not getting the behaviour that I initially trained. I don't want you to look at the money. Don't want you to look at this £5 note. Now, I'm terrified of looking at all of this. So you might say it worked. But what if there was a time where you said, go on, take the money. I'm giving it to you. Take it. You can take it now. I don't want it. I'm scared to have it. But I'm giving it to you. It's your birthday. Take the money. I don't want it. I'm too scared to look at it. That's what happens with dogs. And even if you said, but it's a £10 note, take it. Oh, it's your birthday, take it. I don't want it. It looks like a £5 note. I'm not taking it. Every time I looked at that note, you yanked me. So now I daren't look at that money. But it's not a £5 note. Take it. It's different. But it looks like it to me. And that's the problem with this positive punishment, because you don't know what the dog is associating. To us, that is different. The money was different. It wasn't that note. It was a different £5 note. Or it was a £10 note. Or it's a £20 note. It doesn't matter to the dog. All that it matters is it's too damn terrified to look at it because it's so worried about the thing that's going to happen to it. And so let's just put that into a real example. Every time your dog sees the postman walking past. This is a good one. It's good and it's bad for different reasons, but I won't go into it too much. Just someone comes to the door and your dogs kick off. I've had enough of you kicking off at the people that come to the door, so I'm going to give you a bad experience. Let's say I use a citronella spray. Some people like that. Or we use a shaker can. Every time that you bark because I don't want the barking. Every time you bark at someone coming to the door, I'm going to use that spray. Now, your barking might be that original £5 note. Don't bark, so which means don't look at that £5 note. But the dog goes, but is it a person? Is that the association that I'm making? So now you might start to get a dog that reacts to every single person they see, because they can't distinguish between the barking that you were having a go at or whether it was the person, because it looks too similar. The situations were too similar, because every time they barked, there was a person there. And that's the problem with positive punishment. We don't know what the association the dog is going to make. So rather than make your dog petrified of everything by using positive punishment, go back to that original thing where you add value into another behaviour. Because this time, we've now got a dog that's has earned loads of money. Right? It's earned loads by not looking at that £5 note. Okay? Now when you put the £10 note out, remember, our dogs don't count, so they're going to be like, no, I'm all right, I've got all of this over here, I don't need that, thank you. But I'm not scared of it. So if we said, oh, you can take it, have it, I'll put it in your pile. You can go and play with that dog. All right, I'll do that as well then, thank you. And that's how we have a dog that is happy to do the thing. If we say, go on, go and do it. It's all yours, go for it, take it, go and play with that dog. Off you go in that river. That thing that you wanted to do, I'm giving you permission to go and do it. They happily go and do it. But if we say, no, come on, we're going to go do this over here, and you can earn your money, they go, yeah, all right, I don't want that, thanks. I'm quite happy with the money that I've made over here, because we've added enough value into alternative behaviours. So I know that might seem a bit ridiculous, but that is the general theme of it. Don't be stingy. Don't just give your dog one treat for doing a behaviour that you want it to do, because it's quite likely it's not going to be as much value as the thing that they wanted to do. Keep giving them sweeties for the behaviours that you want. Keep going. Go overboard if you have to. Keep adding the value into the other behaviours, and soon, when they're given the choice, you're going to be more valuable than that other thing anyway. But if you said to them, go on, you can take it now, I'll let you, they'll go, thank you very much, I'm not scared of it.